Did you ever feel like the slightest mistake you're gonna make is gonna ruin your entire life? Everybody gonna judge you, and you're gonna lose it all, and you'll be a piece of crap, and never look at yourself in the mirror again. And that's what I want to talk about: the good student syndrome that I have had until now, and that's poison. And I'm gonna explain you where it comes from and what you can do to just erase it from your life and how it feels good when you do that. Like sometimes when you grew up, your parents want you to do good, and at the time until this video until now, like former generation, accomplishment was having a diploma, going to school, having good grades and stuff like that. And what we told you until now is behave, stay in your lane, stay with people, do what we tell you to do, and if you get out of that, boom, you're gonna get punished. Like you're gonna have like this grade on your paper, you're gonna file, all these exams and tests, and then if you do one mistake, we teach you that it's bad. We're gonna circle it in red, you're gonna cross it in red, you're gonna lose points, you're gonna be shame on you, and you need to do better next time, otherwise you're not gonna pass. That's what we teach you. And I know you heard that before, but listen to this. Your parents were super kind with you, hopefully, and they wanted you to have the best future possible, and to their beliefs, that was to tell you, listen to school, do good grades and stuff like that. And I've listened to an influencer recently that said when she went to a psychotherapy, the guy said, be careful because until now, you never failed any big failure. Like you didn't fail exam, you didn't, have failures in school, you always passed, you had your diploma, you got your promotion. Be careful because you never really failed, and the day is gonna happen because it's gonna happen 100% sure. You're not gonna know how to handle failure, and that's a big stuff. To me, I started to have like my real. I'm not taking this as failure. Everybody should call them lessons, but like I started to have like my big failures or setbacks, let's say, like when I was like 25, 26, and it's one started, and then two, and then three, and then four, and then I started to have all these things, this nightmare running, and that's because I choose to do something different. But like to me, I was like, for my first failure, I was, oh my god, damn, I had it all until now, everything was perfect, I didn't do any mistake, and then all of a sudden I do like these mistakes and all this perfect student syndrome, like all this picture I had of me of always going up, always going up, always going up, never going down, going up, going up. Maybe some people go down, but I go up, I go up. First time I went down, I was like, oh my god, I lost my mind. I was like, holy shit, I'm a piece of crap. Everything I thought was wrong. Like I'm not a good person, I'm not a good student, and everything. If you feel like that, it's very dangerous. And you need to taste failure because until now, I know it's gonna sound cliche, but understanding it and experiencing it brought an entire different vision of everything I had about my identity, the world around me. And it's like now I had my setbacks, I realized that actually having no setbacks, it's okay. God didn't strike me with lightning, the roof didn't fall on my head, like people didn't hate me for it. Maybe some people judge me, but fuck them. It's like, sorry, but doing all these things that went wrong, but I took action, it made me stronger. I took my lessons, I understood more things. And that's so super important because now I accept more setbacks, and now I don't have this perfect dashboard of like, oh, I never did any mistake, I'm good. The wind is blowing that way, it's good, and I'm gonna go that way. No, it's like now I have all this shit coming to my face, I went on the wrong, I bite the dust, and I'm like, okay, now I failed anyone, I'm not perfect anymore. So then I'm free. Does that make sense? And it's like, I'm not where I want to be, but now I had my setbacks already, and I'm really working towards them. Having setbacks is less scary to me. And now that I'm even more like used to have like these setbacks, trying stuff, failing and stuff like that, all of a sudden I'm like, it's part of the process, because that's what you really need to understand if you have this perfect student syndrome, is that if you're not failing at anything, if you're not having setbacks, there is something you're doing wrong. Like there is no way, or tell me in the comments and I'd be happy to know, but there's no way you have someone that has a perfect journey. Perfect. Even Steve Jobs, if you want to take the cliche of the success, even Steve Jobs got fired of his own company and he went back up and stuff like that. Think of a phoenix, this legend that they get born again from their ashes. Like you really need to understand that there is no way you're not gonna fail. You're gonna fail at some point, or there's something you're doing wrong. And the very thing important, if you take one thing of this video, is that failing is part of the process. And it took me years to understand, like, it's part of the process. You are going to, and the fact to know that this is normal. I remember once I heard like this podcast for my aunt, and I heard it from other entrepreneurs, but hearing from someone of my family that's closer to me was like very refreshing. Like, you are going, especially as an entrepreneur or someone who take action on something, you are going to face problems. Yeah, you're gonna wake up and there are gonna be problems. Some days bigger problems, some days smaller problems. If you're lucky a few days, you're never gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems, and it's okay, because when I thought I couldn't have any problem when I had one coming, I was like, oh, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. No, 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 no. If you're taking action and you have something going wrong, this is part of the process. You are supposed to have problem. Because before I was like, wait, I'm thinking of school. Like, if I do everything right, I have good grades. I have nothing problem. Like, you know. But now I have problem. I'm like, it's supposed to happen. And it's because I'm in entrepreneurship, I'm taking action. You have to get problems. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not because you're like, oh, you did something that we're not supposed to do, and there's this thing happening was not supposed to happen, because if you were good, if you were smart, if you were skillful enough, then you wouldn't have problem. No, no, no. You can be skillful, smart, doing the right thing, and still have problem. It's part of the process. Your problem is not having problems, it's how you deal with the problems. And accepting that you're gonna have problems and failures and setbacks makes you feel much more comfortable when it happens, because you're not like considering yourself as a horrible human being. You're like, okay, what I have to do is fix this problem, not reconsidering that I'm a very bad person. No, it's supposed to happen. Just do it, accept it, and share this video. Bye.